And welcome to the West Coast Madden Podcast. I'm Shanegotyou11, and with me as always is Trey.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I appreciate the people that are going to be coming in for the West Coast Madden Podcast. Starting a little bit late today. I do apologize. It's my fault. Believe it or not, there's actually traffic in Idaho, so that's always kind of a pain. But anyways, we are back with the West Coast Madden Podcast, and today's episode is something that I've been looking forward to because we're actually going to be doing our predictions on the club series. I'm pretty interested to know what Shane has for his predictions. So, but to get started, random question of the day is: have you ever experienced anything paranormal, or have you ever seen a UFO or anything of that nature? Shane, do you have any paranormal experiences that you could share with us?
Yo, okay, so I'm not a big, believer in all this stuff, believe it or not. But, man, y'all gonna laugh at me, but this is cool. But this is fine. Damn, Trey, I was not ready for this one. About 10 years ago, no. Actually, it's let's see, my son, blah blah blah. My son was about a year old, so about 12 years ago. We would get this game for him, and it was I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Trey. You hit it like it's a baseball bat and it spins and it says you got a double, you got a triple, right? Have you ever heard of that or no?
Kind of sounds familiar. I feel like if I've seen it, then I would know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I mean, it was for newborns to like 2-year-olds. So anyways, middle of the night, right? Sitting there. My son's a newborn. So, I mean, I think he was under a year. I think he was under 6 months, to be honest. But it doesn't matter. The story trips me out because, sorry, your brother said something. I am butchering this story, so I'll just ignore what I'm reading right now. So I hear you got a triple, you got a double. Late night, you guys. I'm not joking at all. And I'm like, whatever. I tell my wife, like, probably the batteries. My dad's like, it's probably the batteries. Whoop-de-whoop. Well, no lie. Few days later, it keeps going off. But during the middle of the night, and my son would cry randomly. Well, you'd think, like, okay, it's a newborn, all that stuff. One night, man, I've given myself goosebumps. I don't even like telling the story because I'm not a big dude like this. I just act like crap doesn't exist and hopefully doesn't. Well, so anyways, you ever get the feeling, Trey, when somebody's staring at you or watching you?
Yep.
Okay, so I hear a voice go, Shane. Just like that. I put on everything I love. You can ask my wife at a different time. And I freeze. Like, I'll handle Mike Tyson breaking into my house to save my family, right? I look at my wife. We're in bed. We're about to fall asleep. And she goes, what'd you hear? And I said it to her. And we just freeze. Well, I feel it still at my foot of my bed. And I am so scared to turn around. Like, so scared. And then all of a sudden it disappears. And we freak out and we, like, jump out of bed. We run to the living room. We forget about our kid in his bedroom because, I mean, I don't want to deal with that crap. But that is my story. I definitely heard something from the other side. I personally think it was like a family member that passed on. I mean, I could get made fun of for it because I would laugh too. But, man, I don't think it was like a bad ghost or whatever they call it. I think it was like a family member that passed on, man. Like, it was trippy as hell. It was trippy, bro. It was really scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Yeah, and it is trippy, and like I think it's kind of interesting, especially since you said, because you know, if someone breaks into your house, then it's like, of course you're gonna be caught off guard. But when you experience something like that, it almost gives you like a whole other like creepy vibe to it. So.
Oh yeah, bro. That I'm not, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I wanted to burn that house down. I wanted to burn it down, bro. I am not lying at all. I wanted to burn everything down. But anyways, thanks for bringing that up, bro.
Yeah.
Now people are gonna listen to it and think I'm just some psychopath.
Yeah. But anyway, I definitely want to hear, you know, what scary stories you guys have for the chat. I have a scary story, and it's called playing. I have a scary story, and it's playing weekend league with the 80 overall team. Now that is some scary stuff right there.
Yeah, that's true, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, but we have this Thursday night game. You know, speaking of like, you know, I was gonna say that this game would be scary, but it's instead of being scary, it's gonna be like some kind of like like a massacre basically, because the Ravens are taking on the Jets. Sorry to my guy Matt if you're in here.
Oh, Matt's in here, bro. Be careful, dog. Be careful. And your brother says tell the fridge story.
I don't know what he's talking about. I have no
He said
idea
you're naked.
what he's talking. Yeah, I don't. He's probably just trolling. But shout out to my brother in the chat. But anyway, I'm taking the Ravens over this one. Lamar is gonna. And that brings up to another person, because I'm kind of getting sick and tired of people saying that they're not sold on Lamar Jackson yet. It's like honestly, what does he have to do at this point for people to be sold on to him? But what about you, Shane? Are you sold on Lamar Jackson, and what's your feeling on him so far?
Like I always saying, maybe it's because I'm older. You got to give it time. Like, is he doing good this year? Yep. But you got to give it a couple years, man. Like, everybody thought, like, Colin Kaepernick was the next god. Everybody thought Robert Griffin was. Everybody thought Andrew Luck was. You know who the only one from that draft class that lasted? Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson. So fast forward. Now, then it was Cam Newton, I believe. Was he a year after Russ, right? I believe so, like a year or two. He's injured, probably won't even come back to football if you want to know the truth. Year 4, then you go on. You fast forward to Patrick Mahomes. Great last year, doing good again this year, but now he's a little bit injured. Now he's having the injury bug. So will he last for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years? You don't know. Like Lamar Jackson, will they figure out that how to contain him? To make him throw consistently, because I think he's only averaging like 200 yards through the air a game. You don't know, and if he does this and you keep it up for 6, 7, 8 years and he's able to throw and everything, yes, it's really hard. Do I think he's above average QB? Definitely. I think he's very good, but it's really hard for me because you got to give him years to see if they're consistent.
Yeah, and I also believe that some of the final games that Baltimore is facing, I believe they have Steelers, which that could go either way. Steelers are kind of the dark horse in the NFL now. But I mean, those divisional games, man, like, you know, those divisional games are kind of weird. Like they can be like really strange. I mean, their visual games aren't tough. So I could see, you know, even this year, you know, maybe some crazy situation happens to where Baltimore is a #1 seed in the AFC. But yeah, so that's what I'm taking on this one. I think the Ravens are gonna walk away with this one, but I'm looking forward to seeing how the NFL season's gonna play out going into the playoffs. So. All right, so now let's get to what this shout out to Javon Yo Mama. I watch his streams all the time, and that's what he always says. He's like, now let's get to what this show is all about. This is the salary cap. I'm drawing a blank here. The club championship series. So I think first off we should go division by division and pick who we have winning for that particular division. So the AFC East, we'll start there. We have AKG for the Jets. We have Z Thumbs for the Dolphins. And we have Bills at Stevie J. And the Patriots have Skimbo. This is my upset pick. I got Stevie J coming out of this one. I think that Stevie J has Skimbo's number. I was going to say AKG, but I think Stevie J is a bad matchup for Skimbo. And that's why I have him coming out of this group. But Shane, who do you have for this one?
I got Skimbo, man, and I think he beats AKG. That's who I think. That's who I think he'll be in the AFC East.
All right, so Shane has Skimbo coming out of that group. So the AFC South, we have the Mills representing the Texans. We have Kretobin representing the Tennessee Titans. Drini representing the Jaguars, and we have Lil Man for the Indianapolis Colts. Drini's looking way too hot, and I mean this seriously. He's won the Jazz Club Series, and he won a DreamHack tournament and regular team. I mean, the guy's just looking hot. I can't go away from him. I got Drini winning this division. Shane, who do you have?
Man, okay, so my brain says Drini, my heart says Kretobin. I'm gonna go with Drini too. I think Kretobin chokes versus Drini.
I mean, granted, Kretobin beat Drini in the Mutt Draft 1 a year ago, but yeah, I got Drini with that one. So the AFC West. Now keep in mind, because of some unfortunate circumstances that happened, this division is only going to have 3 teams representing it, and I don't know what's going to happen, how they're going to do that. It's probably, I don't know if I would consider only having 2 other people an advantage or a disadvantage. I think it doesn't really matter, but for the Raiders, we have Pavon. Pavon is the defending club championship series a year ago. We have Madden Elite for the Chargers, and for the Broncos, we have Turbo Jeff. And it's very simple. I got Pavon winning this division. Madden Elite's impressed me, but I think Pavon takes this one.
You know, so am I. I just think the AFC West is kind of soft. To be honest, I think Pavon will win versus Turbo Jeff.
Yeah. All right, so now we're going for the NFC East. This is another club that only had 3 people because someone else got kicked out. So for the Eagles, we have Henry. The Giants have Evil D, and then the Redskins have Techers. This one's kind of a tough conference, I would say. I'm going with the young buck Henry. I think he's battle tested. I mean, we saw it at the Classic versus Sirius Mo, so I got Henry going pretty far in this one.
Okay, so remember, I believe we were talking about this. I don't know if we were just in a party or we were doing this West Coast Madden podcast. I don't know if we were doing that or just like I said in a party, and I talked up Techers because I knew of him.
Right.
Techers is coming out of the NFC East.
Okay, so you have Techers over Henry. Gotcha.
Yeah, I got Techers coming out of the NFC East. I think he beats Henry, and I think he kind of shuts Henry down.
All right, so this division is probably the most interesting one by far. I mean, this division could really go either way, but for the Seahawks, we have D. Croft. For the 49ers, we have Trey Kings. For the Cardinals, we have Volterax. And for the Rams, we have Beast Mode Mac. These are all pretty good players. I I almost wanted to go with Beast Mode Mac. I feel like he's like one of those players that's gonna always be like consistently good. Like he's not great, but like he's like one of those players where it's like consistently he's good. But I got D Croft winning this one. I mean, after he beat Young Kiv, I mean, come on, I have to pick him. But Shane, this is kind of a tough division. So who do you have for this one?
I think it's going to be the race. I mean, Voltrax versus Beast Mode Mac. And I Yo, I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest. You saw the screenshots.
Right.
I got Beast Mode Mac, barely though,
Okay.
over
Okay.
Voltrax. Trade.
So here we
Okay,
get
you're
to
there.
the NFC. All right. So now we're going for the NFC South. For the Saints, we have Nick Hacko. The Panthers have one great user. The Buccaneers have Civil. The Falcons have Bugs. Anybody besides Bugs would be okay for me. I mean, the way he won to get into the club championship series was like, probably the luckiest thing that I've ever seen in competitive Madden. One great user, he's good. And Civil for the Buccaneers. I was really impressed by Civil. He had a good ace offset scheme. But I got one great user for this division. But I think it could go either way. But I got one great user for this one.
I got one great user too. I got Bugs losing to Civil, and then I got one great user taking the NFC South.
Alrighty. Alright, so the NFC North, we have the Packers have Schemin', the Lions have Radiant, the Bears have BG Fam, and the Vikings have Phenom. By the way, Phenom knocked off Sixth Sense, who's a relatively known guy in the community, and IB Strafen lost to Blair, and IB Strafen blew Blair out. But Blair was able to beat Strafen, so it was kind of an upset that Phenom came out of that one. I like Phenom. I think Phenom has some good plays. I really like his energy that he brings when he plays Madden. I know that BG Fam, I know that he's a streamer. He's probably one of the few streamers that I don't really... him and Pony Montana are some of the streamers that I don't really, find that interesting compared to.
Is BG Fam the one who like rages, like fake rages?
Yeah.
He's the guy who's like, Siwoo, right?
Yeah. He's like Siwoo, and again, like, there's some streamers like Pony Montana. He's all right. But Siwoo is probably the most entertaining streamer. I feel like if he ever made a live event, there'd be so many people that would watch it just to see him rage like in a live setting. But anyway, I got Phenom taking this one. I don't really know of the other people. I don't really know what BG fans bring to the table, so it's a little bit not really accurate, but I got Phenom taking this one.
Schemin' is very underrated. He started out with Skimbo and like Prime and them off of Gamer Saloon. He's getting slept on a little bit, but I struggled with this one. I'm gonna go with Radiant, the Lions guy,
Giants. All right. Okay.
but barely, and I think he plays scheming.
Right. All right. So moving on to the AFC North, the Bengals. We have Free the Penguins. I didn't catch the stream at all, so I don't know. Like what that guy is. But for the Browns, we have Joke. The Steelers have D5, aka Deliverance. I think I could be wrong, but I think he might be the only one that's won back-to-back Club Series for his team. And then
Yeah.
the Ravens have Thunderball. Thunderball being the youngest.
Well, not
Club champion.
Thunderball, bro. Let's say this right. Let's not pull a dubby. Thunderball.
Oh, is that what Dubby said?
No. When he said my name was just Shane.
Right.
I already know who I got winning on this one.
All right. Who do you have winning for this one?
I got Thunderball.
You're picking Thunderball.
Yep.
That's an interesting pick. I have Joke taking this one. I mean, if you look at the experience with Joke and compare it to the rest of the other people, I mean, Deliverance is he has some experience, but I think Joke comes away with this one. But okay, so let's recap. So these are the winners that I have representing the AFC: Joke, Pavon, Stevie J, Drini. And the NFC winners, I have Phenom, One Great User, D. Croft, and Henry. For Shane's AFC winners, yes, Skimbo, Drini, Pavon, and Thunderball. And for the NFC, he picks Henry, Beast Mode Mac, One Great User, Radiant, and there you go. So one step further. So out of the people, and if you need to recap, I can tell you the teams you picked so that you're not confused. But let's go for who we think is going to be in each conference final. So my AFC Championship game, I have Pavon versus Drini, and for my NFC Championship game, I have Henry taking on D. Croft. So who makes your final four in your list?
Wait, the complete Final Four?
Yeah. So two players from the AFC and two players from the NFC.
I got Drini versus Thunderball in the AFC Championship.
Ooh, okay, that could be an interesting one. And then for the NFC.
And then in the NFC, I got Techers and Radiant.
Okay. So for my finals prediction for all the marbles, I have Drini taking on Henry, and I actually have Drini winning the whole thing. So that's my prediction. I think Drini takes the wall down for this one. So Shane, who do you have in your Super Bowl, and who's gonna take it home for you?
I got Drini versus Techers, and Drini the champ though.
Okay. So we both have we're both picking the same guy to win it all. So that's our club championship prediction. So it's definitely going to be an interesting thing to do. I believe, do they start it this weekend, or is it? I believe it's the 16th. They start.
It's 17th to 21st, I believe.
Okay, so.
And
so
yes, OMQ, this is live, bro. This is live. Sorry, Trey.
Oh, my Q, he's on the leaderboards, isn't he? He's pretty high up there.
I'm not sure.
I know I've heard that name before, but I can't remember where. But yeah, I know who you are.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, so moving on from the club championship talk, we did have a couple patches. If you want a detailed explanation of the patches that dropped, make sure to give Shanegotyou11 a view, because whenever a patch does come out, he's the first one to make a video about it. And someone in the comments made a good point that I've seen about how he makes it easy to understand, straight to the point, and it's very simple. So if you like those kind of videos, definitely give Shanegotyou11 a chance, because again, he kind of gets straight into the point, and it's he doesn't like beat around the bush a lot. So, but Shane, I think it's a little bit too early to really notice, some of the differences that we have. Yeah, but it was a significant size patch.
Yeah, it was a good sized patch, and like they the thing that kind of like tripped me out is how they did 1.20, and then they went to 1.21 just the following morning. But luckily, my guy that I talked to, he gave me information early this morning that they kind of were trying to figure out how to fix people from kicking people offline and giving them the loss, and they're trying to figure out how to fix the motion glitch that's been going on. So shout out to my guy. I'm not going to say his name because he doesn't need to be bugged. I know there's lots of names that work at EA, but I'm still not going to do it. Yeah, I mean, I played today. I played a few money games. I played some mud draft. I don't see a major difference, if you want to know the truth, with the patch. I haven't seen the motion glitch, but I haven't played a lot of top guys today, so there's only a few who know how to do certain motion glitches where they may like reset your defense and make you guys like leave an opening on the field for a quick throw. And then also hopefully they fix the disconnect glitch, because that was ridiculous, man. I lost like 18 games from getting booted by new accounts, which I just wanted to smash my head through the TV. But other than that, man, hopefully it continues to do good stuff. Hopefully there's no disconnects anymore, and hopefully the motion glitch gets patched. Also, you guys, make sure that you let us know what videos you want us to post up, and let us know if you got any podcast ideas to talk about, because Trey and I definitely are open to that. But I don't know, Trey, have you played yet?
Yeah, I've played a few games. I'm always on here playing. As far as gameplay, I mean, when you're talking about the motion out glitch, I don't know if it's because I come out in a formation, because I feel like there's some formations that are like, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, but they're not, either way, like wherever you flip it, it'll stay there. But I know that sometimes, like I was playing and someone would come out in like gun empty, 5 wide, and usually like I'll blitz all my linebackers, but then I'll man up my safeties and my cornerbacks, and I've noticed that if they flip the play, then it messes up my entire defense, and then there's like people that are wide open all over the place, so then I'll have to take a timeout. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really noticed anything. But the thing that's pretty interesting is that they had this big patch, and then a day later they had another patch, which we don't really see that. So, do you feel like that there's something shady with that? Like, do you think that there was something wrong, or something that EA didn't plan for? And that
I believe that what my guy told me. I believe that they felt that they didn't fix the disconnect glitches very well, and they didn't do the motion glitches. Because don't get it twisted, you guys. There's people that are playing online for EA, and they play it and see what the patch does and what the patch doesn't do. But I just personally think they screwed up and forgot about fixing the disconnect glitch completely, and also the motion glitch. That's what I think, anyways.
Right. Yeah, because it is kind of strange and a little bit weird that one day you have this patch that's supposed to be the big patch, and then the next day it's like a smaller update. But because I know that when I first got on, because my phone was charging, and then I got the update, and I'm like, huh, that's kind of weird. But I thought it might have been a glitch or something. But then I saw Shane's video, so I was like, oh, okay. But
You know that OMQ guy is a pro, bro. 2K pro.
Yeah, I've heard it, but I thought I've seen his name on the Madden leaderboard.
Maybe he's also Madden, but I just saw that he is he puts out NBA 2K videos like I put out Madden videos.
Okay.
But then there's a guy who came in and I think was trolling with OMK, or Q or whatever his name is, OMQ. But it's all good. But to answer a question, OMQ, you go to Mutt, and that's how you can do the challenges.
Yeah, Ultimate Team is which I'm surprised that no one's, because like I remember I think it was August, the new Madden came out, and I was in Shane's stream. It was like the first stream of the year, and this was like Shane, like before this he would only do like money games and all that, but he was kind of lost when he first started Ultimate Team. Like he didn't really know what was going on. So I'm almost surprised that no one's really like made like a Ultimate Team beginners video. I feel like that could be a good idea for a video, but anyway. So speaking of Ultimate Team, I'm looking at the packs right now, and they have the new Signature Series Juju and Brandon McKinney, and they look pretty awesome. So, but they're only in packs for a limited time. So, if you got the coins or the money to do so, make sure you open up packs so that you can get yourself a sick-looking card. So, all right, so we went over our club predictions. Something else that I wanted to talk about is that they did. Well, the first thing that they did, it was weird because it's almost like, because they have the feature in Draft Champions to where if you draft your team and you don't like what your team is, then you could retire your event and it doesn't mess with your record at all. They just brought that back after taking it away. And something Shane said that I agree with was it's almost like they made it to where the pro players can get a head start, so that way like they get to a high enough point and then they don't have to play anymore.
Oh, definitely. And just I found out some input from one of our guys, man. One of our crew guys is, I guess by Monday they're taking away the redraft option again.
Oh wow.
So now you know that too.
Yeah, I mean for me, like, it's okay either or, because on one hand, if you draft a terrible team, and this is something that I've noticed because I'm not in the top 100. I'm in the 100s, but I'm not in the top 100 yet. But I'll get there hopefully. But I've noticed that if I draft a team and I don't like the team and I'm forced to play with that team and I'm at a high enough point, they'll match me up with guys that are in their championships already. And it's almost unfair because you know that if someone makes the championship, that means that they got their playbook and they got a good team. So for that reason I kind of like it. But Shane, do you like that feature, or what's your opinion on it ultimately?
I'm sorry, you cut out. Say that again.
Okay. So yeah, am I good now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. I was saying like, when you're in the top 100 and you draft a team and you don't have that option anymore. It seems like when you're at a high enough ranking that they match you up with guys that are in their championships, and it's like, and if they make it to the championships, then you know that they got a team and a playbook that they like a lot. But what do you feel about the whole redraft event feature? Like, do you think that they should keep it in, or?
Well, I mean, it's kind of not fair to a lot of people, to be honest. I mean, now that they are taking it away again. I mean, if they're gonna leave it for the first month and let all the pros redraft till they get the top guys, and then not have to play again, you might as well keep the redraft option going. But I don't like it, man. Mud draft to me, even though I got screwed last year in the tournament with the worst playbook that I was good with and players, it still makes it fun because it's random. You know what I mean? It's how well you can adapt. So I like it that they don't have the option. I wish the option's gone for good.
Yeah, I mean, that's supposed to be the whole point of mud drafts. It's like, freestyling. Like, what can you do with the team that you're not comfortable with? That to me is like what mud drafts is all about. And now it's, they don't really have that now. So they brought that back, but they also updated the pool, which is something that I never understand, because I think that in FIFA, their version of draft champions, that whenever a new card comes into the game, they're automatically introduced into their version of draft champions. But in Madden, you almost have to wait a couple months, and they're always, like right now, they're on the NFL 100 promo, so you have Lawrence Taylor. I've seen Barry Sanders. By the way, if you ever have Eric Dickerson in your draft, you need to make sure to pick him up because he's a stud. You can definitely do some cheese with Eric Dickerson. They had a few Harvest players I noticed. I've seen Tom Brady, 92 overall, some new corners. So I think the updated draft pool is pretty good. But Shane, have you tested any of the new draft pool players that they introduced into the game? And if so, who are some of the players that you like?
I've only honestly got the option once because I think I've only played 3 games since I could do the new draft, and it was Barry Sanders, and Barry Sanders is so good and so filthy and so legit. But one thing that I've noticed is they have the speed messed up. Like, they have Lawrence Taylor at a 97, and to me that's just like it's too fake to me. Like, he is not gonna keep up with like a Tyreek Hill or a Hardman. I think they messed that up, but maybe they're trying to do it so if you get him, he's like really unstoppable on the defensive end, where they'd line him up at times. You know what I mean? So maybe they're trying to make it like that. But you can just put him in coverage and run all over and catch people.
Yeah, and that's a little bit overpowered. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like having that amount of speed as a linebacker. I mean, you can basically just guard anything. Because especially in mud draft, I mean, there's no like receiver really that has like even close to that amount of speed. And if you do it, you're only getting like one.
Well, what's the fastest wide receiver out there right now? Like, I'm not even sure because I haven't played enough MUT draft in the last 2 days since it's added players to the pool. But is Hardman still the fastest with 94?
I think so. I still think Hardman is like the fastest that I've came across. There's a few 90 speeds out there, but yeah, bro, that's pretty crazy. So yeah, definitely. I mean, if you haven't played mud draft in a while and you're looking to get back into it just to retire the event, spend the coins, and then you'll be good to go. Which is a good thing about mud draft is that I feel like because if you spend, because I always spend the 9K, I don't even know what difference it makes if you pick the 15 if you pick the 15K in terms of the 9,000K, but I always go with the 9,000K. But even if you lose on your first game, that you get 6K back. So you only lose 2,000 coins at worst. But then if you win like one game, then you make your coins back. So that's like a free entry back into the.
With 15,000, you just get more coins and credits when you win, or cards. I mean, or whatever. Yeah, that's the main difference. I always do 15,000 because I'm confident that I'll at least win a couple games and make money or make my coins back plus more.
So yeah, I definitely like the rewards. Rewards for Mud Draft for sure. So, but with that being said, this has been kind of a shorter podcast. I didn't expect the the predictions to be that short. But is there anyone in the chat that might have some questions for us before we close this episode out? Or Shane, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I think we're good. I answered all the questions they asked us, so I think we're good right now. Just be here for the next podcast, which will be on the 19th of December.
That will probably be the Christmas one.
Correct.
Dude,
Correct.
Dude, it's crazy to think that Christmas is like that close.
Oh, I know. Two weeks away.
Yeah,
Less than 2 weeks away. I need to go Christmas shopping.
For real.
Damn, yeah, I got to get that going.
Yeah, it's almost 2022. Jeez.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a great year for all of us and all the supporters out there. But I'm going to wrap this up. This is a West Coast Madden Podcast. I'm Shanegotyou11, and with me as always is Trey. I will see you guys next week for the Christmas podcast of West Coast Madden. Thank you.